With a population of 1.3 billion and counting, 54 countries, over 1,500 languages known, Africa is the second largest continent in the world. We are also the second largest in population. Today, we're celebrating ourselves. We're celebrating our vibrant colors. We're celebrating our languages, our music, our food, and everything African. Hence my no t-shirt today. I'm also celebrating Africa. So, happy Africa Day, my brothers, my sisters. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. Today, we're talking books. Why are we talking books? Because it's getting colder, because the days are getting shorter. And you know what? All you want to do is to snuggle under some blanket, find something hot to drink. My poison is coffee, you all know that. Find something hot to drink and something to do. So if you don't feel like watching a movie, you don't feel like reading your messages, I'm giving you lots of books to go through. And I think they're really nice books. So, welcome to Coffee with Timmy. I need this coffee, huh? My voice is a bit raspy. I got this cold, but I'll try to make sure that I sound okay. So my first book has to do with children. It has nothing to do with novels. Remember what I said earlier this year? I'm going to try and read some serious book in between my novels. So the first book I'm going to talk about is by Bill Murphy Jr. and it's called How to Raise Successful Kids. Did you know that there is a way to praise your child? There is a wrong way and there is a right way. And I tried this out on my child. I asked if she would like me to praise her every day. And she said no. I said, why? She said, because it gets boring. She would prefer that I praise her maybe once a week or once a month. And this actually is a bit like what Bill is saying in his book, which is when we praise our children, don't praise them for their accomplishments, at least not all the time. Don't praise them for their accomplishments. Rather, praise them for how they accomplished a certain thing. Not so much as getting everything right, but the path that they took, in getting the solution. And even if they don't get it right, but they use their ingenuity, for example, they use their minds to find a way to solve a problem. Praise them for that and say it like that, like, oh, that's such a clever way to do this. And what he has found out in his reading, in his research and bringing up children is that children tend to want to do more of this. And what more do you want? You don't want your child to be a yes ma or a yes sir person. You want your child to be able to think out of the box. You want your child to actually just be able to think, not just being follow the leader kind of person. This book is free. This book is short. It's like, I don't even know how many pages, but it's short read. He promised that you could read it in 55 minutes. I'm saying between 1 hour, 30 minutes, you're going to finish this book. And it is so interesting. And the way he's written it, there's nothing boring. You want to go on to the next page. You want to find out what else can I do with my child. This is the 7th edition of the book, and all the editions have been free. It's an ebook. So if you don't like ebooks, I'm not sure what you're going to do. I'm going to put the description there. So you're getting a free book. I'm going to put the description there. I'm going to put the link there for you to get it if you want. Just download it. It's free. The second book I'm going to talk about, oh my word, I loved this book. I loved it so much. I thought, okay, I'm going to go out and I'm going to get my hands painted. It's The Henna Artist. The Henna Artist is, I'm very, very sorry. I'm going to apologize for all the names that I'm going to mispronounce right now. It's written by Alka, Joshi, and it's about 3 individuals. The main character is Lakshmi. She escaped an abusive husband in her village, ran to the city, and learned how to do how to draw, how to paint the most beautiful ones you could see. But she also learned something from the mother-in-law that she left behind, that she included in her craft. she became well known and she became sought after by the rich, by the famous. The ingredients there, you will have to read the book to find out. Why was her painting different from everybody? She wasn't the only one painting ants, but she built a new life for herself. And then, lo and behold, one day, a girl appears at the door. It's a sister she never even knew that she had. She'd left home maybe 10, 13 years ago. So she didn't even know when this girl was born. So this girl came to town. And as young girls can be sometimes, they think they know everything. They don't know anything, but they think they know everything. She irritated me so much at one point. I wanted to grab her from the book and shake her like, can you not think for yourself? This is absolutely beautiful writing. The story is about the jeopardy that this young girl puts her sister when she gets to town. But there's a lot more to it than that. There's so many facets in this book. There's so many things about the life of this older sister and what happens with the different families that are also the rich and famous who are our clients. And there is a story of Malik. Malik is a young boy. Nobody knows his age. He doesn't know how old he is, but he is a very resourceful young boy. He could get anything, sell anything. Malik will get you things that I did not even know that you needed. Malik was lectionized, right hand, left hand, helper, go-getter, supporter, cheerleader. It was everything. And he stayed with her throughout. And it was also, no, you have to read it. I'm going to say just that you got to read this. This is I didn't start it properly. I picked it up and put it up. And then when I started, I went 3 hours straight. That was how interesting it is. And of course, I didn't want it to finish. The beauty of this is it's going to be a trilogy. I know that because I communicated with the author, and she said there's going to be a story about Malik himself, and there's going to be a story about Redha. Redha is the sister that came from the village. This is very interesting. Oh, and I forgot, our husband that she left behind also came to town. The plot thickens. You got to read this. The book that I'm reading right now is Just As I Am. It's an autobiography of Cicely Tyson. If you've ever watched Roots, the original Roots, you will know who I'm talking about. She was what? A woman called Moses. Yes, she was the Moses in this book. And this is her life history. Did you know that she's not even American? No, you didn't. I know you didn't. I didn't. So this is how she became who she was. She died, amazingly, she died just 2 days after the book was published at the age of 96. 96. Wow. This is a book you need to read. Talks about her struggles as a young Black person, the things that she just refused to accept. Even when she was not rich, even when she was not famous, she knew this is not for me. In my language, we have a saying that the things that you will not accept when you're rich, you start rejecting it when you're poor. This was it. She knew what she didn't want. And then she used her platform as an actress, as what we will call today as an influencer. But she knew that she was not just going to act. There were things that came during the course of our movie making that reinforced our belief that she had been put at that center stage for her to do something, not to just sit back, not to just look flamboyant and glam in pictures. And if you look at her photos or her interviews, even at 90-something, she was always made up. She always had some fantastic outfit on. She was fashionable till the day she died. So this is a very interesting read. Now, the books that I would have loved to talk about, I see now that Netflix actually have a series on them, short series. One is Behind Her Eyes. I think I'm almost glad I don't have to say anything about that book because it was creepy. It is creepy. I still can feel it. It's not the kind of book I want to read at night, especially the way it ended. So if you watch it on Netflix, well, maybe just stop there. But if you want to read it, it's a read. I'm really not, all I can say is it was creepy for me. And the other book that I also see that is on Netflix is The Woman in the Window. This is I guess it would be a thriller. So this is a psychologist who suddenly had the fear of going out. I want to say the word properly because I actually looked it up and tried to listen to it. So if I miss it, please forgive me. I think it's agoraphobia. Agoraphobia. Okay. You know what I'm talking about. I'm going to write it up there, yeah, so you can look it up. It's the fear of going outside. So this happened after she was involved. She had a traumatic incident in her life. Okay, let me say it like that. I used to be so impatient when I read about this before. Like, why? You've been outside all your life, and then all of a sudden you can't go out. You don't want to go out. You're afraid of the outside. But after reading this book, and this is a novel, I feel for these people. I'm like, how can it be that you can only see the world from inside your house? What kind of fear can hold you? I mean, it's not like spiders. I mean, I'm afraid of spiders. It's not like that. It's like you can't step out again. And you were not born like that. You used to go out before. Anyway, let's not go on that side. So she witnessed a murder. She saw it. She knew what she saw. And she solved it. All from being locked up inside her house. But that's really just quite, what is it? It doesn't say much about the book, the way I've just said it. You need to read it. If you've watched the series, I can assure you that Hollywood have changed some things in it. You know they would have done. So you need to read this book. It is very, very interesting. And going by Africa Day, since we're still talking about Africa, we're still in Africa Day, there are two books that are also going to be interesting for you to look at. If you've not read them, this up here, yeah. I did a review on them. His Only Wife and Stay With Me. His Only Wife is written by a Ghanaian and Stay With Me is by a Nigerian. Africa Day. Let's celebrate ourselves. Let's support ourselves. Okay, you can see my voice is about to go. So I'm also going to say bye for now. I'll see you next week. Thanks for staying with me on Coffee with Timmy. Bye for now.